Hello and welcome back to Spider Slaughter, the fantastic and fun kingdom where no one ever dies or gets slaughtered by spiders, despite the name. I don't even think there's spiders in the game, honestly. Though I could be wrong about that, and if I am no doubt going to find them in the depths, and they will eat the face of the first miner who uncovers their nest. For my hubris. Right, okay. As with the last episode, we're just going to go straight out and kill all these goblins. Well, there's only one goblin that we need to kill, but we're going to kill him right away. So, miner, come forth. And before we do that, I want to give a kill order to you. Goblin, attack! Right, speed this up. As soon as the miners cut that out, though, go, 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 go. Oh, look at them. That goblin's like, what the? No! We can go to the events and check out the combat log if we particularly want to. Let's have a quick look. Right. Let's have a look at the last few things that have happened. We'll go from this yellow one. The goblin punches Bassa, but Bassa dodges the attack. Million Fowl kicks the goblin, hitting the left leg, smashing the skin, smashing the muscle, and smashing... Wow. Million Fowl, what the earth are you wearing? Have you got some sort of like crazy goth, spiked, enormous thigh boots made of barbed wire and glass or something? That's awesome. You done a lot of damage, eh? Smashing the bone. Silly stabs with her copper sword at the goblin and misses. Ah, there we are. Silly is actually equipped the sword rather than the hammer, I believe, that she had before. So that will mean that the Texfer will have his hammer. Bassa bites the goblin, hitting the head, smashing the skin, and stopping at the skull. The goblin kicks Bassa, hitting the left arm, smashing the skin, smashing the muscle, and smashing the bone. Damn you, goblin. You got the same boots on as Million Fowl. Million Fowl bites the goblin. Why are you biting? You should be equipped with an... Oh, well, you might not actually have an axe, come to think of it. I don't think I've made one for you yet, and the woodcutters have probably grabbed the others. Million Fowl bites the goblin, stopping at the bone. So you haven't really improved your biting skill quite enough yet to bite through bone. That is a shame. And then you kicked him. Again. Well done. Well done indeed. Let's let this go on for a little bit more. Oh well, it didn't go on for very long. Let's see how that fight ended though. The 12th year, let's check that out. Okay. Goblin did a bite, Million Fowl punched. Punch bites, punch bites. Silly stabs with her copper short sword at the goblin, hitting the upper body, poking the skin, poking the ribs, and piercing through the heart. Wow. Nice one. Upper body's bleeding, yeah, no doubt. Your heart has got a hole in it. The goblin has died. Oh, silly. You heartbreaker, you. Or heart puncturer. More to the point. Right. Come on then. Go grab those corpses, please. Bring them in. What? There's an alpaca out there. Ranger, where are you? Super Soup. Super Soup, one of our alpacas is loose. I need you to fetch it. Where are you? Oh, phew. Is that Super Soup? No, that is Fizzbart. Look what's happening, Super Soup. Someone else is getting all the glory now. You had your chance to be a hero of the fort, but you have thrown it away. Probably not interested in alpacas. Only interested in yaks. Now, the fort is nice and protected again. Probably making a bit of goblin meat and sandwiches there. So we're going to go ahead and make the dormitory as I promised. So we'll make it about this big. There we go. Now that shouldn't be any problem for you to mine through. The other thing I'm going to do actually is adjust these. Let me in. Adjust these. I want stone off here. I also want coal and metal from here. Everything else can kind of more or less stay, I guess. I don't want armor or weapons or tools stored there though. And that is exactly the same for temp main temp 2. Again, no stone, or coal, or metal, and tools, weapons, and armor should be gone. And temp grave. Oh, well, temp grave can stay. There we go. So all these things should be being carted down. Now we need another torch. Yet another torch. You will use these constantly, by the way. So if you can get a pine grove up and running quickly so that you don't have to keep using up your expensive wood on things like torches, it's very much worth your time to do. But we'll go ahead and make one torch and a door. And as for the beds, well, these guys are going to get some pretty nice beds as it happens. Let's go ahead and put one there, 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 and there. I think they might actually run out of regular beds. I'm not certain. I think they will. So we'll just quickly top this off. Just make it out of anything. We'll have another 2. That should be good enough. Now then, let's go down. So this should be getting a little bit better down here. Now, one of the things I wanted to do in this one was to finish off making our weapons. Now we want at least 1 hand axe. Tin bar, bronze bar. How many bars does it need? It needs 10. Okay, well, we're not going to be making anything out of that then. We'll wait until we've got a few more. Oh, shields are under the weaponsmith. That is good to know. I wouldn't have thought of that. And yet, it's the same in Dark Souls as well. Shields are considered weapons. They're not in the armor tab. Now, I would have always thought of a shield as a defense item rather than a weapon. But apparently not. Apparently, I am in the minority with that thought. Right, we're going to bring this down here. Another fairly long corridor with an end on it like that. And I think in here we're going to put our wood industry. And that will actually bring down a lot of the industry buildings from up here. We'll get those 2 down there as well then. We're getting there now with pulling our industries indoors. The one after that, it'll probably be the food industry. So the distillery, the butcher, the kitchen, and I think another one comes under the food and drink. The well. No, we're obviously not going to bring that down there. That's fine. I'll leave the well outside. I could... Ah, yes. I have the autosave on 3 days. I think that might actually be the default for it. But I could bring the well indoors if I particularly wanted to go to the effort of digging a trench and then building all that. But I'm not particularly worried about doing that, to be honest. I'll just leave them with their the well outside. I don't mind if they come outside to go to the well. Right, it's the first day of fall, so let's pause this a moment. Are there any nomads outside? There are not. We won't open the doors. No? No nomads outside? We have had no nomads? Events? Nope. Okay. So, well, actually, it's only 5 o'clock, so that's not too surprising. I think the nomads come around midday. So we'll wait until then to have a look. And if we do get a group of nomads, then that's great. If not, well, I'm not really that worried. But the apple grove, now that it is actually autumn, not fall, we will have them start to cut clippings and fell trees. Now, I want some apple wood, which is why I'm going to do this. But once they've completely done this and replanted it, oh, well, actually... would that be a bit silly? It would be a bit silly. Just for the sake of gathering some apple woods to be able to make beds and stuff out of. Yeah, with winter this close, we're going to wait until next spring to start cycling this grove. For now, they'll just gather the fruit. I have told them to do that, haven't I? Yes, big fruit. We're going to start stockpiling our food now, ready for the winter. But the next thing we want to do is we really want to designate this dormitory. So there we go. There's a dormitory for them. Now, what else is going on? Because there's quite a lot of stuff going on. Right. We want some more torches, and we will need a lot more beyond this as well, because we're going to make the wood industry area down here. Any old torch will do for now. We'll put one there and one there. Now let's zoom in and begin mining. The wood area, much like the stone area, doesn't really need to be that big. We'll make it a... I think this was a 10? No, it was 11. Okay. We'll make it an 11 by... There we go. An 11 by 9... No, an 11 by 7. With, again, 3 buildings, like so. And straight down there. Connected there. So we're going to need another 2 torches as well, actually, on top of everything else. We'll get another 2 of those. As well as the ones out in the corridor, and we should be good with that. There should now be enough dormitory room for any idle gnomes to do their thing outside. And we've got our population. It's now 23. Let's check out events. Only 4 nomads were brought this time. Now, the thing with nomads is, you might be wondering, like, well, loads of them came last time. Why only 4 this time? The reason for that, from what I can tell, is that the worth of the kingdom doesn't strictly mean... It isn't strictly a modifier on how many will come, but what your maximum population cap is. So the reason we only got 4 now, whereas we had a huge amount of nomads arrive previously, is because we've now, you know, the worth of our kingdom is now at the point where we can no longer attract any more. Our population cap has been reached. We will try to improve that in a bit, but it's not, honestly, a very big priority right now. We simply don't need to. Let's go ahead and put that there. And I've just thought of something. We could... Yeah, we're going to deconstruct this torch. And then mine out this wall. In between our weaponsmith and our armorsmith. Later on, we'll have a blacksmith in this particular location. But down here, we're going to have a kiln. Just because there's no reason to have it outside. So, let's go ahead and build me a kiln there, please. And then I will cancel this one. Because there's no need for it anymore. Because we don't have any more clay currently. So, it's an unnecessary workshop up there. Have you started gathering those? I don't think they have. But they are bringing in a bunch of other things right now. So let's go ahead and assign these new nomads some jobs. We've got 4. It's 1 shy of a full squad. We could make them into a second squad if we wanted to. But honestly, I would rather have some more people to help around the fort. So we're going to have 2 more farmers. Let's think. Although we don't have any jewelry yet, let's have a jeweler. At least 1. And yeah, I think maybe another farmer, because that's going to be the most active job we have right now, is farmers. Everything else is done only in short bursts here and there. But I think we now probably have enough saplings coming from these that... Oh, excellent. Look at them go. Probably have enough now that we can start cycling the grove, start felling the trees and replanting. So that'll give our woodcutter something to do. Now let's check on our bar stocks. It's good on here. Metal. How many bars have we got? We've got still only 2 bronze and 8 tin. Oh, we've got 1 tin ore. That is a shame. We do not have enough then to make any particular thing. Right, what we're going to have to do with that then. Got a stonemason here. I'm not going to particularly want any amount of doors or chairs or things like that. Well, perhaps I'll make the doors. We'll make granite doors. Because I don't think the doors necessarily add that much worth to anything. We'll have at least 2 doors at any one time. Let's go ahead and do that. But the stone carver, now, this is something I want. We can make more or less any of these. A statue is a full thing. It's a something for a room. Let's go ahead and make... let's make 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pillars, I'm not really sure what that is, other than, I mean, I guess it's kind of obvious what it is, but I'm not really sure what function it would serve, because you can just leave one tile out if you want to. Statuettes, though, now they are very useful for trade, and pet rocks equally so. And because I find it amusing, I'm going to make lots of pet rocks. Yeah, that'll be our primary rock-based trade, will be pet rocks. A thriving pet rock industry. And as pet rocks can only be made of rocks, we can go ahead and just add them to the crafts in here. It's never going to be made of anything else. So I'll leave that, do that job. Now once these guys actually build some statues, I'm going to go ahead and have this place set up the storage here. Now again, this I wanted a priority of 3, and this one, actually this one on a priority of 4. So generally this one is going to make things as a priority. So we will always have doors and we will have statues when we want them. But if this one isn't trying to make anything, then as soon as materials are available, they'll default to go and make my trade goods for me. Now let's tell this place to store the statues. Furniture, statue, granite. I want all granite statues stored here. And that should be good for now. We want some more torches, obviously. Let's go ahead and build those. So any torch, we'll put one there, here, and here. And now what we would like is to build the workshops. So we want a sawmill. Again, it doesn't really matter what it makes those out of. For now, I'm not going to care too much if they're using our expensive wood. Just for speed of getting these things up. It doesn't matter as much, I don't think, on something you're only going to build once, as it does on something you're going to set up some sort of automatic build queue for. Oh, monitor lizard. Wow. And a messed up goblin. As I mentioned before, until your kingdom is worth quite a lot, the goblins are going to be really particularly weak. So just the random shit that lives out there is probably going to do a significant amount of damage to anything. But there is another goblin there, though. So we could go out and mess its day up. And I think it would be good practice for our troops. So let's do this. Now let's check out this monitor lizard. Are you badly hurt? You're bleeding. That's good. And you... You're also bleeding. That's excellent. Let's mess up both of you. Because that'll give us another hammer. Right. He's dead. That goblin's probably going to be dead before too long. Go forth, my army of soldiers. Yes, I know. That's why I set you out there to kill. There we go. Let's have a quick look at how that combat went down, shall we? So, second day of... We don't really care about the monitor lizard versus goblins. But this one is kind of interesting. We'll just have a look at the last bits. Goblin swings, hammer at Bassa, misses. Million Fowl kicks the goblin. Bassa punches the goblin. Smashing the abdominal muscles. Ouch. Million Fowl punches the goblin, smashing the muscle and smashing the bone again. Right arm this time. Bassa kicks the goblin. Bassa bites the goblin, stopping at the bone. Poor goblin. And the Texfer swings her copper hammer at the goblin, hitting the upper body, smashing the skin, splintering the ribs, puncturing the left lung, stopping at the left lung, and crushing the... Didn't really stop at the left lung, did it? I mean, I guess you technically did because you didn't go through it, but I wouldn't really say stopping at the left lung was that accurate. Pulverizing the left lung, perhaps. The goblin is suffocating because it no longer has a left lung. The goblin has died. Excellent. Right, back to training for you guys. You're doing very, very well. Now, everyone should go out and grab these corpses. Chop, chop. So we can close this fort. Our military's doing quite well for itself at the moment. I'm impressed. I'm pleased. Oh, no. Get inside. Get inside right now. Ah, damn it. Why are you carrying dirt? Right, okay. Because I do need to get this sorted, I'm going to tell them to stop training. Go and do other things. Until I build this wall again. Actually, considering how annoying it is to have to deal with that, let's go ahead and make a little area out here. And once you're finished building that, I'll just finish that off. Just as a little like gateway, I guess. There we go. Right, you can go back to training now. Right, should have plenty of bits and bobs. Are all of these full? No, they're not. We've got plenty of space, so... Oh, of course, but that's a graveyard. So let's make a little bit of a little bit more storage for all these apples that we're picking. Any old crate will do. Just go ahead and fill this place up with crates. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to need a couple more crates made. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 5. Need 5 crates. Let's make another one. There we go. I'll probably move the food industry in next once I'm done with the wood industry. There I go. There's our statues. Let's go ahead and place them. Add a little bit more to the dining room. There we are. That will add virtually nothing to the value. Let me just check for you. It's currently worth 541. Though I imagine quality would affect it. It's now worth... Oh, wow. Okay. I take it back. Those are amazing statues. Crafted by Ivaspro. I do like that it remembers who made them as well. That's a particularly neat little bit. Oh, invention progress. What have we invented? Something has been invented. Has invented the hand crank. Now that is a form of power. So we could now set up gears and axles and things and have a gnome on the hand crank constantly cranking it to produce the mechanical power needed to run whatever mechanism it was attached to. And it looks like we're starting to stockpile wheat. That's fantastic. We probably have 10 loaves of bread, which is why the wheat is stockpiled. So let's go ahead and continue to grow the farm. Let's start here and bring it all the way down to, let's say, about here. This will be a new wheat farm. Again, priority 1. And we'll continue to allow them to gather all of these wonderful apples. Now, one thing you'll notice is if we check out stocks, we're going to be increasing the value of our fort purely because we are currently gathering clippings over and over and over and over again. And I think birch clippings are worth 2 each. So, I mean, that's 194 value just in birch clippings, which is pretty good, actually. And as we see here, they should be auto-planting trees as well. Yeah, there we go. Right, we'll let them continue doing that. But we can start relying now on them actually producing crates out of pine rather than other woods. So I'm going to stop just telling them to build any old crates from now on. They can build the right sorts of crates. Now we can see, because it's nighttime, that we do actually have quite a lot of light from these torches. Obviously not in the groves, but we can live with that. Though I do wish they would start planting the pine grove. I wonder why they're not doing that. It's possibly because this one's taking priority, maybe? I'm not sure. Well, let's go and have a look downstairs. Have they finished? Oh, right. Well, we've got the sawmill. That's excellent. Now, as always, we want at least pine planks. We want craft 2. Let's say 40 of these, because we'll use those as a building material. Actually, because we'll use it as a building material, we'll say we'll keep 50 of them at any one time. And then, again, we're only going to use this as a building material, so we'll keep 10 of this. And finally, birch logs. Now, we're going to have a lot of these, so actually, why not? Let's just say keep 50 of all of them. 50 planks of any particular type of wood at any one time. And as we use that one primarily for crates and stuff like that, let's keep that at 100. So that seems like a really reasonable amount of planks to keep. And now we're going to designate an area to stockpile all of this wood. It's going to be this big. Only thing I want down here is wood. I want logs and planks, and that's it. Eventually, we'll have things like beds, other types of furnishings, or we could just have a furniture stockpile made somewhere eventually. And actually thinking about that, I think that's probably what we'll do. Any particular wood-only items that make sense, yeah, sure, we'll stockpile it here. But for the time being, we'll go ahead and do this. So this will be wood stockpile. There we go. And did I name this stockpile? Or did this... Yeah, stone goods. Oh, we'll change that to stone stockpile. For now, we'll keep the... Actually, no, we'll take the statues off as well. And the craft goods. Because thinking about it, that does make a lot more sense to have a central furnishing stockpile. We could even put it in here because it doesn't need to be particularly big, like the goods and furnishings, but I think we'll actually have that stockpiled somewhere else at a later date. For now, we'll just let these guys do their jobs, and we're going to take away the sawmill from up here. So deconstruct the sawmill at last. So as I was saying, the next thing that we'll really want to do is move our food stockpile down here. So for that, we will expand this out about... let's go ahead and make it this long. And what we can do then is we can have our furnishings or craft goods stockpile here, whilst having the food stockpile up in this area. That seems to make a lot of sense. And we have found some clay. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and mine that out so we can get at the clay. And I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of all this clay for now. I'm digging that out rather than replacing the floor, just in case there was more clay behind them, though it doesn't look like that was the case. So I'll just replace them with regular wood, dirt walls once I've replaced the floors and gotten all that clay as well. There we go. So we want to build some just dirt walls. Now, I've noticed that dirt walls are treated differently from any other wall you might construct, in that dirt walls are, you can just still mine them, whereas if you constructed a wall specifically out of anything else, like stone blocks, you have to deconstruct it in order to get rid of it. Little neat feature, I thought. There we go, that's plenty of light. So, next then, we want... Let's go ahead and actually build this stockpile here. Yeah, let's make it fairly big as well. So, 3 there. So 9 by... Let's make it a big stockpile. A 9 by 9 stockpile. That should be pretty good for us. And more clay on the floor as well. Excellent. And as you can tell, our miners are now getting pretty good at what they do. I know this is on double speed, but you saw how quickly that area was just torn down. Let's replace this floor, get these clay clumps up. And this will be the future area of our... Well, we'll go ahead. Even though it has hit the 30-minute mark, I'll just finish this because it's a fairly small task to do. We'll go ahead and put some lighting in here to prevent any beasties from spawning. Now, they still haven't built our stuff down there, unfortunately. Oh, and of course, we want quite a lot of storage down here, don't we? Doesn't matter which crate I tell them to build, because ideally they're only going to be making pine crates from now on. Ooh. Ah, that's unfortunate. Stone carver has nowhere to send his pet rocks. No. Don't worry, we will be rectifying this problem in just a moment. Right, we've got one more torch to come down. Is a torch being made anywhere? You got torches? Pine torch, yeah. So a pine torch will be made shortly, and once we've got that, we'll go ahead and finish off that storage area. Hopefully it doesn't take too long now that I've said I'm going to finish it before ending this episode, because it is at 31 minutes. Now, our sawmill should be on priority 5, and we've got our carpenter. We want this on a fairly high priority, so we'll make that priority 2. And I'm just going to quickly check out what the carpenter's work orders were up here. So, crates, barrels, torches, and 4 poster beds. Very well. So let's do this. We want at least 2 pine crates, only pine. Craft 2. Though, let's actually say 4. Barrels we'll only have at 2, because we really don't need that many barrels. They don't get used nearly as much as crates do. Torches, we're actually going through those quite quickly, so let's go ahead and make 5 of those at any one time. And then we'll have doors being made elsewhere, but we want 4 poster beds. But we're going to start using birch planks for this. Now, I'm going to use birch because applewood... I'm fairly certain that birch and applewood, when it comes to floors and walls, have the same value. But when it comes to objects, birch is better than applewood for items made. So we're going to make that out of birch and wool. And we want 2 of these at any one time. Is there anything else that we particularly want to have? Let's go ahead and have a birch table as well. Only 1 of these, though. And a birch chair. Again, only 1 of these. We don't need tables and chairs very often, but everything else, more or less, we do. And that should be it, honestly. Just in case we do need a dormitory. No, we won't worry about that, because we're going to start production of individual sleeping quarters soon. So I'll leave that, do that work. Now the wood carver, he can make puzzle boxes, statuettes, and statues. We're going to give you a priority of 3. And you're not going to be making anything for now. Don't really... Well, I suppose we could, I guess. Let's make some applewood puzzle boxes. Craft 2. Keep a stock of, let's say, 40 of them. But any more than that, we just don't need them. Go ahead and do that. Now, here we are. Here's what we wanted. Let's just designate this. Stockpile. There we go. Now, this is going to be crafts and furniture. I hope I've spelt that right. I think I have. I'm not sure, damn it. English, you crazy language with your weird spellings and silent letters and weird rules. Right, so we want... let's have a all crafts to be here. We want all jewellery, all finished jewellery to come here. That's about it, really. I think. Yeah, that's it. That's the only things we want there. We want furniture as well. Any type of furniture should be stored here. And see, we can specifically say what I want these. But we want everything. And that's it. Everything else goes elsewhere. And obviously we will want storage, so let's go ahead and tell them to build crates. Again, don't need to tell them what types of crates, because hopefully they're only going to be making certain type of crates. But these must be pet rocks with little collars on and tails. Or maybe that's a leash coming off the collar, I don't know. Quite cute. Not really. I've never quite understood the whole pet rock thing. Why not just have a real pet? Granted, pet rocks won't ruin your furniture or pee on your floor. At least I would hope they wouldn't. If they are, then I think you should really, really look very hard at that pet rock and just make sure it's not a real thing. Well, pet rocks are obviously real, but a living thing, because you may be neglecting to feed it, and that might be why it's ruining your furniture. There we go. Puzzle boxes should be being stored. Oh, wait. I've told them to store puzzle boxes up here, haven't I? We don't want that. Let's take away puzzle boxes, because they are actually made of wood. I didn't realize that. We could have armor and everything else stored over here, but I'm not that fussed on that particular idea. I think arms and armor should be kept in the smithy. And likewise, I think mechanisms should be kept in the in wherever we build our engineering area. But that's about all we need to do for now. We've got a storage pile going on there. And yeah, we're just watching them do their job, moving things around. Before we leave though, the last thing I'm going to do is get rid of you. No longer need you. Did I tell it to deconstruct properly? Oh, monitor lizard. That's not an issue. Right, there we go. Have you deconstructed. And this place no longer receive wood. Or crafts, or jewellery. Or furniture. And the same for you as well. We don't want wood, crafts, jewellery, or furniture. And there we go. We're actually starting to get really settled in now. Zoom out and have a quick recap. We've expanded our wheat farm yet again. We are now collecting fruit. And that's going to be quite important for us. I think what we'll do is on the night of the 4th, we're going to open the fort. We're not going to rush out there, we're just going to open it. And this will encourage any hostile mobs to make a beeline for the entrance to our fort. And then they'll clash horns with our military. At that point, hopefully that will mean any traders who join, who come to visit on the eve of... sorry, on the morning of the 5th, we'll just be able to come straight in, because they're not going to be challenged by anything, because everything that would have challenged them will already have hopefully been killed by our military. We've expanded our dormitory, so there's now a couple more beds, so hopefully people won't be falling asleep on the floor. We've also added a few statues to our Great Hall, and surprisingly it added an enormous amount of value. We've finished moving our wood industry indoors, and we've expanded the wood industry. And lastly, we've built a area to stockpile all of our goods and crafts, furniture, that sort of thing. Things that don't have a specific place to go. We're going to be keeping arms and armor in the smithy though. We don't want that mixed up with the regular goods, I think. Specifically because this may have some sort of filtering. Actually, no, this doesn't have a filter like the butcher. I was going to say it'll allow me to just click on the crafting and trade goods stockpile to move things, to trade things from, but I don't think that's the case. But yeah, so we've actually done quite a lot. I'm really, really pleased with what we've managed to get done. In the next episode, we're probably going to be trading. And moving. I think the next industry to move in will be our food industry, and at that point we're going to be getting really close to having all of our things indoors. I think we'll also need to get the cloth industry indoors as well. What's actually happening here? We got this sorted. Let's just cancel all of these because we don't want anything done now. We want this place taken down. Why are you not doing that? Deconstruct, I say. Alright, there we go. It was because they had active tasks. Let's just wait for that to be deconstructed. And there we go. So on that note, we have moved a large amount of our industries indoors now. And we are continuing to expand our fields. So hopefully you've enjoyed watching me get all of this sorted out. I'm actually really pleased with the progress we've made. I hope you'll join me for the next episode. But until then, do take care.